It's something that's been heavy on my heart for the last couple days. So I'm just one of those people that until I really go in, like all the way in on it, my mind, my body, my spirit, and my soul just will not release it, will not let it go. As men and women, sometimes we get in our own way. And we get in our own way by doing and overly doing more than what we've been called to do. It's like we take on all of these different clothes. Like imagine you take your whole closet full of clothes, those that have more than enough, way more than enough clothes. And you put all those outfits, all the shirts, all the pants, all the jeans, all the socks, all the shoes. I mean, that within itself, you can't put on more than one pair of shoes, right? So imagine you putting all of those things on at one time to go out on a day. And not just any day, on a hot day. On them hot musky days. Them days that maybe it even surpasses your deodorant. I have had a few of those in my life. If you have not, then you are blessed. But I have had a few days like that where I'm one of them people where I put a profusively amount of deodorant underneath my arms. I'm not trying to gross you out, and I'm using this because literally God is saying, do it like this. But I'm one of those people. So if you put massive amounts of deodorant on, and then you may put your arm up or whatever the situation may be. You may be dancing, you're working or doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you're perspiring profusively. That deep, almost like you just got out of the shower, kind of sweaty day. Imagine you're wearing all those clothes and shoes at one time and you're walking around. First of all, you're not going to look comfortable. You're not going to be comfortable. And others around you, the odor as well as looking at you wearing all that stuff. I remember when I was a kid, like when we were a kid, we real good about this. We'll put on a t-shirt, undershirt, t-shirt, regular shirt, then turn around and put a hoodie on and maybe even throw a coat on. And it's 90 degrees outside. Some people do it for different reasons. Some people are just very cold natured. I understand it. Because there was a time, I'm past that time, but there was a time where it didn't take very much for me to be too chilly or too cold. And now that time has passed for me. But if you're having that issue, I get that too. But a lot of other people from a place of depression, from a place of low self esteem, low self concept, and just all around just don't want to be seen. Some of us, and I used to be one of these people too, where we put heavy clothing on us because we want to cover some things. We either may want to cover ourselves up and hope that the more clothing that we put on, the more invisible or invisible that we become. And others is like, you got some broken ribs. You have a busted lip. You have a black eye. So you cover yourself with makeup in order to hide it. So you put a basketball cap over your head and some sunglasses on. So maybe won't nobody notice. You got bruises on your arms from cuts or a straight up beat down. And you don't want anybody to see it. I don't care if you're young and you're a child and well, wow, if somebody, I go to school and I have this wound on me, Child Protective Services is going to get called because the teacher, a lunch lady, another student, somebody is going to see that I have these bruises on me and that I've been battered and I've been cut up. And if I'm a child, then Child Protective Services is going to be called on my guardian and whoever it is that may be taking care of me. If it's not that, then my husband is beating on me. My boyfriend is beating on me. And I don't want anybody to find out because I don't want him to get arrested. I don't want him to kill me if, he feels like I called the authorities on him. And, there's so many stories here. I can't get them all, but hopefully you're understanding where I'm going with this. We take on more than what we were ever meant to take. We deal with more than what we were ever meant to deal with. We take on responsibility for others. And we say, well, I'm just doing the Christian thing. That's the Christian thing to do. Or we say, oh, well, I'm just being a good friend, or I'm just being a good Samaritan. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And the reasons, as well as the purposes, as well as the where it begins to give you a downfall, they all usually mingle up together. You will have some people that do that, and then if they don't feel like that they're being shown that whomever it is that they're giving this thing to, that whomever it is, oh, they just not thankful, grateful, and appreciative. They just don't respect it, and they take it for granted who I am and what I bring to the table. Like, I looked out for you. I was there for you. Or I'm still doing this right here for you. And they won't even examine their own heart if they even have an intention of even speaking that. Because when you do something from your heart, when you make a choice and decision to do something, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's personal, if it's professional. You should be making that choice and decision to do it from your heart. And some of us, our hearts are entirely too big. We go too far and we do entirely too much. And then we call out, you're ungrateful. You're not grateful for what I'm doing. And some, you didn't even get asked. It's one thing if you are asked to do something. It's an entirely other situation or circumstance when you choose to volunteer yourself to do something and then feel some type of way about the fact that, oh, I said I would do this. I took responsibility for this. And how dare they get mad at me because I took responsibility and then I made the choice and decision to stop doing it? Or I made the choice and decision to feel some type of way on the inside for doing it? Or I look at my life and I see how my life is falling apart because I'm doing it. All of these things and so many more that can go along with it. It goes into alignment with going further than you were meant to go, doing way more than you were ever meant to do, and more importantly, taking on responsibility for people, places, things, circumstances, and situations that is not your responsibility to take. It's not your responsibility to take. You decided to go into your closet and put all your clothes on that you own at one time. You chose to put on all your underwear at one time, all your pants on for, and if it's possible, and if so, please somebody comment in the comment section. Send me a link to a video, because if you could put on 2 pairs of shoes at one time, I want to see. Now, I'm not even saying, okay, put on some swimmer shoes or something real thin and then slide into another pair. No, baby. I mean, put on some tennis shoes or some basketball shoes and then turn around and put a pair of boots on behind those basketball shoes. Even one is larger than the other, but I have no thought or clue in my mind that it will be possible for you to put both of them on at the same time. And even if you did, the question would be, why? Even if I just asked it and even said put it in the comment section because I want to see it, it would be hilarious to me. It would be something that, I want to talk about forever and a day. Why would you subject yourself to try to put one pair of shoes on and then turn around and put on another one? Even if it's just for my entertainment. And then complain, oh, I got these bruises. I almost broke my ankle. But why? You didn't have to do that. And my personal favorite is not, but what I mean for a subject such as this, it's my personal favorite when a person will say, well, I inconvenienced myself. I didn't have to do that. I didn't. I mean, they have literally that attitude, that head shaking thing going along with it also. Like, I didn't have to do that. Like, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to be nice to you. I was looking out for you. I was being there for you. I was supporting you. It was about you. No, baby, it was about you. All of that was about you. Because as much as you feel like you've been inconvenienced, sometimes your help can be inconvenient. It can be inconvenient if your help is getting in the way of my blessings, my breakthroughs, and my miracles that God had for me. Especially if whatever it is that God was trying to prepare and it was almost done, or it was done and he was trying to hand it to me so I could go ahead on to sit down and eat this 5-course meal that he had already taken his time and his energy to prepare for me. Because I took your McDonald's burger that cost $1 and some change, I didn't enjoy this wonderful cuisine that would have been placed before me. I missed out. And I may even get to have a few of those courses, that 5 course. I may have even been able to have the dessert. Maybe I got to entree, but I missed out on the appetizer. I missed out on the first round of drinks. I missed out on the delicious homemade bread on the table with the special dipping sauce. All because I allowed myself to accept your $1 and some change McDonald's burger or 79-cent burger, if they still 79 cents. I'm not sure if they still have 79-cent cheeseburgers. But if they do, I accepted that cheeseburger as opposed to this filet mignon, as opposed to these oxtails, rice, and peas. Something that would have been even more better than what you gave me. So in your way, you feel like, ooh, I was helping you. Ooh, I was there for you. Ooh, I inconvenienced you. Ooh, I convenienced my family. Ooh, I convenienced my time and my energy and my business and my. Because that's what it is. It's about you wanting to have received the glory of being there for a person, place, or thing. It was you deciding, ooh, I'm going to put all my clothes from my closet on today and go out there looking the baddest, because ain't nobody got shirt number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 25 on today. So I'm going to be looking good, feeling good, and smelling good. Ain't nobody wearing these pants, these jeans, these sweatpants all at once. So I'm creating a new fashion statement because I'm going to wear all these pants. I'm going to do the impossible, and I'm going to stuff my feet in a size 10 pair of tennis shoes and then turn around and stick that foot into a size 10 and a half to 11 Timberland boot. And I'm going to walk around just so that I can have the big gold star on my shirt. So the world knows that, Rashonda Taylor was able to do that. And then I'm going to sit in a corner and I'm going to pout. I'm going to call my friends and family and I'm going to backbite and I'm going to backstab. I'm going to go into my place of employment and I'm going to look down my nose at this person or that person. And I'm going to act anything but like someone that is giving what? A good deed. So, what did I mean, or what does God mean when he says this? It's simple. Stop taking on things that's not your responsibility. Stop taking on things that's not your job. If that person is falling, it's okay. God's got them. God is going to catch them. Because if he's making them fall, he's making them fall for a reason and a purpose. He's taking them out of circumstances and situations. Now, a lot of people will be like, hold on, wait a minute, there's a lot of drama, sis, that you putting on it. You sure about this? Oh, yes, I'm very positive. I know because I've lived it. I have lived everything that just came out of my mouth right then. Except maybe the stuff on my feet into 2 different pairs of shoes at one time. But other than that, almost everything that I just described, it's my testimony. So therefore, I had to go through those tests myself. I had to be on both sides of the line, as a matter of fact. I had to be that person that did good deeds with an intention to get something out of it. And I had to be that person that received good deeds from other people that had an intention to get something out of it. In order for me to be able to sit here and literally be the mouthpiece of God to speak this tea about it. So, I know it's possible because I done lived it. I know it's possible because I done experienced it. So therefore, let's go to the heart of the reason why God had it on my chest for the last couple days. Because even I can still be guilty of taking on responsibility for people, places, things, circumstances, and situations that is not mine. It is not mine. It is not my business. I am one of the biggest and blessed killers that this world has ever seen. If King Solomon was known for being the wisest king that ever lived, I am known for being one of the biggest healers that's ever lived. I have literally spoken and laid hands on people to bring life and to take it away. I lie to you not. So therefore, that lets me know that that's what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to heal. But first and foremost, the person that I'm meant to heal first? Myself. I have given most of my healing energy from the year 2013 all the way up into 2022. I spent all of that time healing everybody else and only little sporadic little squirts of healing myself. Only little tiny little bit of droplets of focusing all that just on myself. As soon as God gave me another healing methodology, activated that new gift and ability inside of me, and I played with it a little bit for myself or a lot for myself, and I saw how it was working for me, I was the first person on my phone like, ooh, let me hit up this friend. Let me hit up this other healer that I know. Let me hit up this client. You know what? I'm going to give some free samples. I'm going to act like Costco and I'm going to act like Sam's Club. And I'm going to hand out some free samples so people can taste it and see how delicious it is. And then just maybe if they get a little taste test, they're going to go deep into their wallets and they're going to pay for the product and the service. Because y'all do realize that other than being complimentary, that's the main reason why they give out those free samples, right? I know because growing up, they used to do it at Piggly Wiggly. They used to do it at Food Line. I ain't seen it like that in years of Sundays. But they used to have the little samples of cake and everything. And if you looked around you, those cakes that you were tasting, they were right there in the bakery. Most people may not have necessarily noticed that. They just went for the free samples and they just held their hands open. Somebody said something very prophetic to me a couple weeks ago. And this is what they said. If you are a giver, be very much aware of the takers. Because givers, they don't know how to stop giving. All they do is give. All they do is give, 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 give. They have a heart to give, so that's what they do. They give. But takers, they got a heart to take. And all they're gonna do is take, 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 take. They never gonna say, "Ooh, I had one free sample." And I know the intention on these free samples to be just that, a free sample, not a free 5-course meal, not a free, let me get 13 pieces of this free cake and not once even walk around to see if there are any whole cakes or half of cakes that have been baked and have been decorated so that you can pick up a few on your way out. Instead, they just go for the free cake. They take the free cake. They take the free cake. And then they never give anything by actually picking up one of the cakes, going up to the register, running a card or handing over their cash, and walk out and go home with a whole cake that they can sit there and take their time and they can slice and they can slice and they can slice. Instead, they just here for the free samples. I need you to understand that you need to stop being here to take nothing but free samples, but you also need to stop being here for just giving away the free samples. And I mean that in every area of your life. Stop giving away the free sample of your mental health. Stop giving away the free sample of your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. Stop giving away free samples of your business. Stop giving away free samples of your time, of your money, of your energy, of your sex. Stop giving away free samples of your femininity. Stop giving away free samples of your masculinity. Stop giving away free samples of everything that's got anything and everything to do with you, because you are valuable. You are valuable by the Most High. And how dare anybody feel like they're wasting time? Because if they are giving you time, they should always see that their time they're giving is an investment. If they are doing something nice for you or to you, they should see that as an investment. Everything you do should be an asset to anybody and everybody that tries to have anything to do with you. If they don't see you as an asset, all they see you is as a liability for them to put their nose up or for them to use you like the circus, and we're going to have our little entertainment session. We're going to stab each other in the back instead of being man enough or woman enough that if you got something to say behind my back, that you say it to my face. Because that's one thing I can say I pride myself on. Nobody can say I said anything behind their back that I didn't say to their face. And the reason why is my mother always taught me, if you're going to be big enough to give a lick, be big enough to take one. When somebody put their hands on you, you take your fist, you ball them up. And my grandma blow did the same thing. You get that bastard. You knock them dead in their face and you don't get off of them until they learn the fact that they keep their hands, their mouth, and feet to themselves. My mama said use your words. My grandmother said use your fists. You know what I'm going to say? You use your Jesus. You use your Jesus. Let him be your weapon. Let him be your weapon of discernment if you are a giver. Also, let him be a weapon of your gift of discernment if you are a taker. So you know, hold up, wait a minute. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that free sample. You know why? Because everybody been putting their hands in there. Somebody could have been digging up their booty hole and they walk right up and stick their hand in there. Somebody could have just sneezed in the palm of their hand and they just stuck their hand in there. Somebody's child that they was not visually keeping an eye on as they should, as their guardian and their parent could have stepped up on top of the thing, stepping all over the food that's down there, just to reach up there and turn the globe thing, trying to get as many pieces of free cake as they possibly can. Why? Because they don't know no better. Guess what? There's also a lot of adults out here in the world that don't know no better. They don't understand what they don't understand. But they can have an angel literally they could be entertaining an angel right in front of them and they don't even know it. And they treat that person, they use and they abuse and they take advantage of that person. They think that they are on a pedestal above that person, not even understanding this person is above you and they don't even need no pedestal. Because God gave them their wings. Oh, you thought you was coming in to play super saver, not knowing now you came in to be super distraction. You came to be super kill, steal, and destroy. That's what you came to do. But you opening your doors to this person and then being rude and disrespectful to this person while they're going through the hardest time of their life, you coming to this person that's boohooing and crying and bringing drama and crazy to them, whether it's on social media or it's in person. You coming to this person telling them that, oh, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to put you into my life so you can start playing a role and position in my life, as if you ain't got your own movie that you need to be the production of, that you need to be the leading lady or the leading gentleman in. All of those things that seems like, oh, well, woe is me. This person took advantage of me. They used me. Did they use you? Okay, first of all, did you allow them to use you? If they did. And if they did use you, did they use you or did God use you? Did God say, I see where this person is going? I see what I have put in them and the reason and the purpose why you and this person even align. Because while you helping this person, you have no idea whether they actually physically do something to help you. God is using them to help you. And God is using you as an experience, giving you experience in order for you to be able to help yourself. Because whatever problems that you got going on, God gonna take care of all of that anyway. While you putting your hands to work to do whatever you're being divinely led, guided, and supported to do and provided for it to do. Because anything that you have, especially if it's something that you know, it's not yours. Like, I know that ain't mine. I have passed clients along over the years because what they needed and what they were looking for, I knew I didn't know how to do it. But what I also knew is I knew somebody else that was the best at doing it. So therefore, what I did was I got on the phone and I said, look, I got a new client for you. This person, this is the vitals. I'm going to send them to you, send you to them. I've told y'all about each other. Now it's y'all job to come together on one accord to do whatever needs to be done. And I was willing to do that. You know why I was willing to do it? Not because I wanted glory. Not because I wanted somebody to kiss my feet. Not because I wanted somebody to even put extra money in my pocket. Would be nice, but that's not the point. The point is this person is hurting. This person is lost. This person needs something I don't have. But I know somebody that do have it. And how many people do you think I got sent back? I don't know how many. Either the person themselves sent me people just like I sent them people, or God himself was already there sending me the next person. I wasn't worried about, ooh, I didn't get this money off of this. Of course not. You know why? Because as soon as I got off the phone with that person and got them connected, God saw fit to send somebody else right back to my phone to make up for whatever I would have lost out on. And he does that. When you say, oh, I need to help this person, because no, you don't. You don't have to. See, the blessing breakthrough, a miracle that you ended up getting, that will go to the next person that makes the choice and decision to step up. That's why I say to people all the time, I don't care if you're in a relationship, as in type of relationship. I don't care if you in a family relationship, like that's your mama, that's your daddy. Trust me, if these people were the ones that brought you into this world and they were not meant to be the ones to raise you, God already has a set of parents ready for you. But you got to let go of all that hell that you picked up by being abandoned, by being codependent and dependent, and thinking that, ooh, these people are all that beat all. But first, you got to heal this. Once you heal this right here will just present itself to you. Just like you say goodbye to that little boyfriend that you just think is everything, I promise you, the moment that you slide away from that, you heal and you move on from that, the next grown man that's supposed to be in your path is going to show up. But that's the process in which you need to go through. Stop feeling like you need to be super saver, because that's why you're tired. That's why you're restless. That's why you don't have enough for yourself. That's why you can't take care of your house and your household. That's the reason why things are not working out and panning out for you. Because you put on too many clothes. All you needed was one set of clothes for today. That's it. Even God says it in the word when he says, give us this day our daily bread. Exactly. Our daily bread. That means I'm going to give you some bread today. When you come back, I'm going to give you some bread tomorrow. When you come back, I'm going to give you some bread the next day. That means every single day, I'm going to give you some bread. Just like that door closed, I'm going to open another one. You think, oh, I'm going to help this person. And if you have actually been set aside and provided for in order to help that person, place, thing, circumstance, situation, or business, then by all means, that's your thing. Go for it. That's your calling. Go for it. That's your destiny coming full circle. But if you have not, just let it go. Stop taking responsibility for things and then feeling some type of way when you tired. When you hot because you got on all them clothes. When your feet hurt because you walk around in 2 pairs of shoes. When your heart is heavy because you've been giving yourself to somebody that's not giving themselves to you. You've been pouring into somebody else and that person has not been pouring into you. And I don't mean from their cup, I mean from their saucer. Because I'm only supposed to be healing you from the saucer. You only supposed to be healing me or helping me or providing for me from the saucer. When you start providing for me from the cup, when I start providing for you from the cup, we both going to become empty. And our cups are going to be deficient. Deficient of what we need and deficient to even be able to pour over into the saucer to help who, what, when, where, why, whatever we supposed to be helping and however we're meant to serve. With our purpose, of course. So, let it go. Take them clothes off. Stop taking responsibility for things you were never meant to take responsibility for. And if you are confused about it, before you make any choices and decisions, seek discernment. And not just any discernment. Sharp discernment. Sharp discernment completely coming from God, but also from your experiences. If you've already made this mistake 2 times, 100 times, don't make it 185 times. Cut it right there. Let it end there. Go no further. Drop it. Drop it and put it into his capable hands. Put it in Jesus's capable hands. Walk away from it. And then watch God go to work. Because whatever you were supposed to have been eating instead of that 79-cent cheeseburger, that's going to be presented on your plate. If your plate is broken, your plate is going to be replaced and then you'll be served from there. But you're meant to learn it now so that when things get further, when things get harder or rougher, when things don't make any more sense, even worse sense than it does right now, that will be your guide and your compass to, yeah, I'm supposed to go there. Nope, I ain't supposed to have nothing to do with that. Oh, let me do this. That ain't for me. So you can have that very sharp discernment. No, I'll give you this example and then get on out of here. It was an episode of Charmed where the charmed ones ended up in a book. They ended up in a book because a kid had created a book in magic school and he had gotten stuck in the book. His brother had actually gotten killed or murdered or died somehow in the book. and he had gotten himself locked into the book. So when the charmed ones went in to do what they needed to do, Phoebe, the sister, the middle sister, well, the baby sister and then the middle sister, she started writing. And just to be able to guide Paige and her boyfriend on what direction they needed to go and what they needed to do, she literally dropped a ton of bricks or a big wall in front to show she wasn't agreeing with her sister, but she was agreeing with her sister's man. That's literally what God would do. God is writing your story, co-creating, just like you're writing your own story, co-creating. And together, between you deciding what you want for your life and him using it according to your journey and your mission, y'all are both together hand in hand, but you gotta stay there hand in hand. It's like when you're shifting a straight shift car. When you are doing it, I don't even know how, but I know this part of it. You got to have your foot ready to go between the brake and the gas, while also holding on to the stick to move it from 1 all the way down to 2, all the way down to 3, all the way down to 4, or whatever, something like that. That's the same way you are in this journey. Stop taking on more than you were called to take on, so that you can have that long-term relief, and stop feeling like, ooh, I'm better than anybody. If you feel like that, you need to get it right. There's nothing wrong with you being the king and the queen. There's nothing wrong with you seeing yourself as highly as you should. But seeing yourself more highly than you should, that becomes a problem and a crutch. Because it's making you get in other people's way. It's you putting other people in your way. And it's other people getting in your way. And things and circumstances and life experiences. It's stopping your blessings. It's pausing and stuffing up your blessings. It's making it too long for you to receive what's for you, because you're stacking all these things in front of it. And then all those things got to be moved in order for the blessing to come in. It's like I said to my mate before we went to sleep for the second time last night. God cannot do anything for you until you get out of his way and your way. Yes, he will drop them bricks off in front of you, just like Phoebe did for Paige, to show her, up, you ain't making the right choice and decision. But she had to be open to the fact that this fell in front of me, because why? If you not open to the reason why it happened, if you don't believe and your mind can't be opened up like a prairie about the fact that everything happens for a reason, then when you get the signs and synchronicities, it ain't gonna mean nothing to you. You gonna still keep bumping your head to that same brick wall until you bloody or until you knock yourself out. And that's unfortunate, because that looks like years and years of you not having the house you want. You not having the man or the woman that you want. You not having the children that you want. You not having the business that you want. You not having the community that you want. You not having that dedication and that relationship with God that you want. All of those things get knocked to the wayside, and it takes you way too long. You go further than you were meant to go, not having these things, and you stay longer than you were meant to stay, not having, keeping, and retaining these things. Because you can receive anything, but if you're not ready, you're not prepared, you're not trained, and you don't have the right mindset, you will not keep them. In Jesus' name. I love you. God bless you. And I hope y'all have an amazing day. You heard me? Peace.